dog is barking like crazy in the background. Our lawn service is here, and he hears them, and he's going crazy. Hi, Samantha. So, hi, guys. I'm so excited to finally be back and reading. This last week has been crazy busy. Hi, Darlene. Oh, I miss you, Darlene. Hi, Jonathan. So today we're reading Dumbo. Yay! And then on Thursday, and I'll repeat this at the end of the reading too, I'm going to be posting a survey. So for Thursday's reading, you guys are going to choose 101 Dalmatians, the Disney version, or Cinderella in the Little Golden Books version. I mean, the stories kind of stay the same. So, hey Andy. So anyways, after I'm done reading, I'm going to be posting a survey on Facebook for you guys to choose which book you want me to read on Thursday. Keep in mind too that this will also determine what I'll be wearing, what kind of props I'll be bringing along. So if you want to see Princess or you want to see Doggy. Anyways, I will remind you guys at the end of this reading also that we will be voting on these two. So, but today we're reading Dumbo. Super excited. I don't know if you guys can see my little Dumbo prop. This looks more like a rhinoceros to me than it does an elephant, but hey. Justin's standing over there in the background making me nervous. Staring at me. So, it's 3:59. We'll give everybody almost a couple of minutes to jump on. Hope everybody's doing good. If you guys want to message below what you guys have been doing, if you've been doing anything fun, quarantine fun. I know I'm dying to go to the beach, but I don't want to be one of those people who go to the beach and it's overly crowded and I'm not able to distance myself enough and blah, blah, blah. So I'm patiently waiting to go to the beach in this warm weather. So, and thank you guys for being patient. I know I kind of ditched you guys my last two readings, but I've been so busy with my dad's house trying to wrap things up, and he actually lives so far away that it's kind of hard to determine if I'm going to be back in time to do my reading, if I'm not going to be back in time. And so anyways, that won't be an issue very much longer because escrow closes this week, and then can wash my hands with that chore. All right. Well, it's 4 o'clock and I do want to get started because I actually do have a meeting after I read to you guys. So today we're reading Dumbo. Remember last week I had mentioned that we're going to kind of steer away from books I was choosing that were my favorite authors or my favorite illustrators, and we're going to kind of dive into some classics, some books and some stories that are kind of universal, meaning everybody kind of knows them, even if they're told in a different language or told a different way, the story is kind of the same. So the reason why I chose Dumbo is I want to share some information with you guys really quick. Dumbo was actually originally written in 1941, and it was written by a woman, and her name was Helen Aberson. And Helen Aberson wrote Dumbo. That's Haley's alarm. Helen Aberson wrote Dumbo the Flying Elephant in 1941, and she sold it to Disney. And then they took it and they modified it and they modified the illustrations and they made a movie and so on and so forth. So, but Helen Aberson died last year. She died in March of 2019, and she had actually written in a journal that she was sad that her name was never mentioned when Dumbo was released in its original Disney story, the original Disney movie, and then we know it was redone a couple years ago. So I just kind of wanted to pay tribute to her because she is the original author and she did sell it for very little money, and she was a woman and she wrote it in 1941, and so I just kind of thought it'd be nice to share that little history with you guys and pay tribute to her. And so today we are going to read the Walt Disney version of Dumbo. And this is actually one of my favorite stories growing up, and I actually have a little funny story to tell you guys when we're done. So here we go. Dumbo. Spring had arrived. It was time for the circus to travel from town to town again. Everyone was excited, but the most exciting thing about spring was still on its way. So there's the circus practicing. Late one night, a flock of storks flew over the circus tents. Each stork carried a special bundle. The storks dropped the bundles gently, for inside each one was a baby animal. So there's the storks. They got the baby animals. They're dropping them off at the circus. The mothers were happy because their babies had finally arrived. But one mother was not happy. Miss Jumbo waited all night, but there was no bundle for her. She took one last look at the sky before she got in the circus train. I hope my baby comes soon, she thought. There's all the animals with their babies. Poor Miss Jumbo doesn't have her baby. In the clouds above, one last stork was checking his map. He was trying to find the circus train. Ah, there it is, he said. He grabbed the heavy bundle and flew off to the train. Miss Jumbo, Miss Jumbo, he called. Over here, cried all the elephant ladies. Right this way. Sign here, please, the stork told Miss Jumbo. Miss Jumbo was so excited. She couldn't wait to see her baby. Hurry up, open it, giggled all the other elephant ladies. So there's the stork dropping it off. There's the bundle. And these are the other elephant ladies. They play a big part in the rest of the story. Miss Jumbo untied the knot. Out popped a baby elephant with big blue eyes. Miss Jumbo loved him at once. Then the baby elephant sneezed. Achoo! Up flew his enormous ears. The elephants laughed at the tiny baby. What funny ears, they said. We will call him Dumbo. I think he's absolutely adorable. Miss Jumbo didn't care. Dumbo was her baby, and she loved him very much. Soon the circus reached the first town. Everyone had to help set up the tents, even the elephants. The next day, the circus animals paraded through the town. Dumbo tried to keep up with the other elephants, but he tripped on his ears and landed in a puddle. All the children laughed at him. So they're setting up the tents, and that's when Dumbo fell in the puddle in the parade. Later, some boys started to tease Dumbo and pull on his ears. Miss Jumbo rushed over to protect her baby. She gave one boy a spank. "Ah! Help!" cried the boy. The ringmaster of the circus heard the boy cry for help. "Stop that elephant!" he shouted. Soon Miss Jumbo was tied up and led away to a cage. So there's the boys pulling on Dumbo's ears. There's Miss Jumbo giving that boy a spank. I would have done the same thing. And then the boy cried like a baby. And so they tied Miss Jumbo up. That evening, the elephant ladies blamed Dumbo for everything. They wouldn't talk to him or even look at him. Poor Dumbo, he missed his mother very much. Timothy, the circus mouse, felt sorry for Dumbo, so he decided to teach the elephant ladies a lesson. "Boo!" he shouted. The elephant ladies screamed. They were all afraid of the little mouse. So, there's Timothy, and this is like what Timothy the little mouse looks like. He's just a little tiny guy compared to these big old elephants. Can you see the difference? Big elephant, little mouse, and all these elephants were afraid of Timothy the little mouse. Dumbo was afraid of Timothy too. He hid in a pile of hay. Timothy offered the little elephant a peanut. "Don't be afraid," the circus mouse said. "I like your ears, and I'll help you get your mother back." When Dumbo heard that, he knew he had a friend. As Dumbo and Timothy walked past the ringmaster's tent, they heard him talking about a new elephant act. "I have an idea," Timothy whispered. So he worried into the tent. Timothy was sure that once Dumbo was a star, the ringmaster would free Miss Jumbo. There's Timothy giving him a peanut. And now they're coming up with the plan. When the ringmaster fell asleep, Timothy whispered in his ear, "Your new elephant act will star Dumbo. It will star Dumbo." "Dumbo, Dumbo," the ringmaster repeated when he woke up. "I've got it," he said. "Dumbo will be the star of my new elephant act." There's little Timothy whispering in his ear. I know they kind of look different. And there's the ringmaster waking up. In the circus ring the next night, one elephant stood on a ball while the others balanced on her back. "Stand still," grumbled the elephant at the bottom. At last, it was Dumbo's turn. He was supposed to bounce off a board and land on top of all the elephants. Dumbo was very nervous when the ringmaster called his name. He ran onto the board and bounced. Right into the bottom ball. Dumbo had tripped over his long ears. Crash! Down came all the elephants. The people ran from the tent. Soon, even the big tent had crumbled to the ground. The elephant ladies were very angry. "That Dumbo doesn't deserve to be an elephant," they complained. "He should be a clown." Go. So that's where Dumbo landed in the tiny ball. This is actually my favorite illustration of the book, is the elephant ladies and their bottoms, all the bandages from when they fell. I think that's funny. So the ringmaster made Dumbo a clown. But the unhappy little elephant didn't want to be a clown. He had to jump from a very tall building into a tiny tub. "Cheer up," Timothy said later as he helped Dumbo wash the clown makeup off. "We're going to see your mother." So off they went to see Miss Jumbo. So there's little Timothy, my favorite character, helping Dumbo. And they're off to see the mom. You can see the signs that say like danger, keep out. Miss Jumbo heard them coming. She rushed to her cage window. Miss Jumbo tried to see her baby, but a strong chain held her back. All she could do was stretch out her trunk to Dumbo. Dumbo's mother sang him a lullaby. He missed her so much. It was very hard to say goodbye. So there's Dumbo and Miss Jumbo. I'm so glad the book does not refer to Dumbo as Dumbo Jumbo, because I would be like stuttering and mispronouncing, saying all type of different stuff. The clouds were singing when Dumbo and Timothy returned. Dumbo had made their act a big success, and the clowns were very happy. But Dumbo was not happy. In fact, he got the hiccups from crying so much. I get the hiccups when I cry a lot. "Drink some water," Timothy said. He didn't know the clowns had made the water taste funny. And the water made Dumbo feel so funny, it made him see two Timothys. "What's wrong with the water?" wondered Timothy. The mouse took a sip. The water made him feel funny too. This is my second favorite picture. You see Dumbo, the little bubbles. Water's making him feel funny. And now he sees two Timothys. The next morning, a group of crows found unusual visitors in their tree. Dumbo and Timothy were both asleep on a branch high up in the tree. "Have you ever seen anything like it?" they asked each other. There's Dumbo and Timothy after drinking that funny tasting water. And there's the crows. Timothy woke up. "Don't look down, Dumbo," he cried. "Just hang on tight." But Dumbo looked. Splash! Down they fell into the water. The crows laughed and laughed and laughed. What a morning the crows were having. Timothy didn't think it was funny. "Go ahead and laugh," he said. "How did we get up here anyway?" he asked them. There's Timothy sticking up for him and Dumbo against the crows. That's why I love Timothy. "Maybe you flew up," cried the crows. They were only joking, but Timothy started jumping up and down. "Of course, Dumbo, of course. You could fly. You could use your ears like wings." Dumbo didn't think he could fly. The crows decided to help. They gave Dumbo a feather. "It's magic," they told him. "It will keep you from falling." They brought the little elephant to the edge of a very tall cliff. There's the crows. There's Dumbo on that cliff. But he's got that magical feather they gave him. Dumbo closed his eyes, flapped his ears, and jumped. The crows were right. He really could fly. "Now we've seen everything," the crows laughed. "Wait until they see this at the circus," Timothy shouted. There's the crows and Dumbo flying. That night, Dumbo jumped from a tall, burning building. But this time, he flew high over everyone's head. Dumbo was a star. The ringmaster let Miss Jumbo out of her cage. Dumbo and his mother hugged and hugged each other, and no one ever laughed at Dumbo's ears again. Here we go. So there's Dumbo flying in the circus, hugging his mom. And that's how Dumbo became a circus star. So that's the end. So that's Dumbo, one of my favorite stories. So I mentioned before reading this that I actually had a little funny story about Dumbo. And so I think my mom started reading Dumbo to me probably before I could even walk or go to Disneyland or even understand what's on TV, or before I ever even seen an elephant. So in my little mind, I thought elephants could really fly. I had no idea that Dumbo was special and his ears were big and he was one of the only elephants who could fly. I thought it was strange that the first time I went to the circus that there were no flying elephants. And then I finally went to Disneyland and I went on the ride, and after my mom explained to me that elephants don't really fly, needless to say I was kind of disappointed, but for the longest time I thought every elephant was like Dumbo. They all had big ears, they all could fly. So thought I'd share that little funny story with you guys. So that was Dumbo. And like I mentioned before, Timothy the Mouse is my favorite character. So when I close out today, for tomorrow's reading, I'm going to let you guys choose. I'm going to post a survey on Facebook. You guys could either choose 101 Dalmatians or Cinderella. All right. I have props and costumes for both. So you guys choose. As soon as I close out, I'm going to post that survey. I will let it run till about noon tomorrow. So vote as soon as you can, please. And I hope you guys have a great Wednesday. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.